Live from Kernwood Country Club, this is Annie Tonight. Everyone is dressed to the nines for this affair, and it's one last ride on the bar and bat mitzvah merry-go-round for the McMahon family. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Annie Tonight. I'm your host, Jamie Krause. Tonight, we'll make you laugh, we'll make you cry, and we'll even make you hungry as we take an exclusive, behind-the-scenes insider look at the many faces of Annie McMahon. In her search for the perfect mitzvah project, Annie cooked up quite a plan. Sell those yummy meringues she's been baking for years and donate the money to a worthy charity.
It started with meringues because they were very easy to make. She could make them, stick them in the oven, do her homework, and also it was the one thing that she knew how to make by herself.
They're very good. For every meringue sold, I've eaten 3.
So 2 mornings a week before school for the next 6 months, Annie made her meringues. Egg white after egg white, pan after pan.
It doesn't take that long, but it's like when they're in the oven that you're like waiting to eat them, smell them and stuff.
I love them. She's just so good to make those. I mean, she's made like a bunch.
I think it's very nice of her to do that. It's a really great cause.
50 minutes in the oven and they're done. Next step, package them with that Annie's Meringues wrapping. And it's off to Grossman's Deli for delivery.
They love them. I would say we can't keep them in here. They come in and usually within about a day or 2 they're gone. My son eats a lot of them. So he loves them. They're mad good, he says.
We can't get enough of them. The customers all love them. And it's just a wonderful thing what you're doing, honey. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud that Annie's meringue raised over $1,700 very valuable dollars. Money she raised the only way she knows, all by herself.
If we wound up writing her a little bit of a check, she'd be just so upset. Like everything else, she took it as an opportunity to challenge herself.
A lot of kids would have gotten bored making meringues up the wazoo every week, but she didn't. She wanted to finish it. She wanted to raise all that money, and she did.
So where did all that money go? Stay tuned. It's quite a story. As you'll learn later, Annie likes to horse around, but she knows how to focus when she's on the athletic field. Whether it's basketball, skiing, or lacrosse, Annie is the ultimate teammate. Don't believe me? We asked some members of her inner athletic circle.
She always has high spirits. She's never saying, oh, we are going to lose. She always has a positive attitude and always wants to try to catch up if we're losing. And if we're still winning, she always encourages people who haven't scored to score.
She's a leader, not a follower. She brings a lot of energy to the field. She takes direction well, and she wants to improve when she's out there. She's investing her time in something, and it's fun to watch her put some of the coaching techniques to work.
She's always willing to play any position we ask her. She's always wondering what position she's going to play. She's always thinking ahead. She's just an all-around, very special person.
She's a woodpecker. What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where am I going to play? Where am I going to play? Can I play again? Offense, defense. You put me there 3 games ago. What am I going to do? How am I going to improve? Do you know what my mother said? Where am I going to go? What field is the next game at? What's our record? Where are we going? Who brought the oranges? It's exhausting.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless your name is Annie. Thursdays are a great day. That's when Annie heads up to Back Bay Farm in Hamilton for horseback riding lessons.
Canter up over that red pole.
She just seems to really be at home here, and working with the horses, just really enjoys that communication, which Annie seems to really love that. She'll, without asking, go take the horse and graze it after she's ridden. Some people that come here, they'll ride, they'll take their lesson, they'll try to rush to get out. And Annie always seems to take her time, taking care of the horse and making sure the horse is put away properly and giving it everything it needs.
Annie's nurturing side applies just as much to children as it does to horses. And they mesh perfectly at Ironstone Farm in Andover, where most Saturdays she volunteers for Challenge Unlimited, a horseback riding program that serves as some fun therapy for kids with special needs. Steve Saba's 9-year-old son Jack has Down syndrome.
He's got mobility problems in his spine, and this really does help him. I mean, the general movement really helps a lot.
When you find your shape, say, whoa, ponies!
He looks forward to it every week.
It's really scary to see somebody who's coming in who may be a little combative, or their way of expressing is really loud, it's very sudden. That's frightening.
Good job.
For her to overcome that, or for anybody her age to be able to overcome that, step beyond that, and look and see the person, you know, I think that's great for her.
They add a lot to the day-to-day of these kids. It's amazing. It's amazing that they can do it. It's tough as a parent. It's got to be tough for somebody that volunteers.
And Annie, since we know you're paying attention, Jack's dad has a message for you.
Thank you. It means a lot to us.
There's one horse in particular that means the world to Annie. One word says it all: Gaucho.
Gaucho, he's a big role in her life. She's up there all the time taking care of him, and I love to watch her ride because she's so good at it, and they fit, they're two peas in pod. She's free when she rides. Like when she's cantering or galloping, it's just, nobody's there, she's just free.
It's funny, the kids and the animals love her. You know, it's just part of who she is. It's that quiet sense of strength that she has. She's incredible inner strength and beauty to her that just she came with.
Let's get back to all those meringues Annie baked and sold. It was at a Life is Good pumpkin festival in Boston that Annie first heard about Camp Sunshine. Camp Sunshine is a magical place where children with life-threatening illnesses and their families find a reason to smile again. All the money Annie raised paid for one family's trip there.
Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shine in.
Camp is a place where they remember being happy as a family and together as a unit, and it's a very special program for us. A chance sort of to restore some energy for the family, restore some hope for the future when they leave, but also to meet other families that are going through the same thing.
She worked hard to raise money for an end result for somebody else. So she gets to see the beginning and go through all the hard work, but actually to see this beautiful result.
And on one July morning, Annie made the trip to Casco, Maine with her mom to meet the family her meringue sent to Camp Sunshine, Jolie Vega and her mom Liza. Jolie was diagnosed with unilateral retinoblastoma, or eye cancer, when she was just 2 years old.
You like the smiley face?
It was discovered during a fairly routine examination.
The doctor leaves and brings another doctor, and that doctor leaves and brings another doctor, so we're thinking something's up here. And then finally the last doctor came in and said, there's no easy way to say this, but your daughter has cancer. So funny, it feels like it's been so long, but, I feel like I actually do talk about this a lot, but it's funny the flood of emotion that comes back when you think about what that moment or that day. There's key moments in your life that you'll never forget where you were and what that felt like, and I guess hearing those words is really shocking, of course.
In less than 2 years, she's come a long way. And the trip to Camp Sunshine gave Jolie a much-needed sense of normalcy.
We've always said to Jolie, you're different and different's good, but at Camp Sunshine, she's not different. I mean, she's seeing kids who have special eyes or hero eyes or prosthesis, whatever they call it. And it's just, she gets to be normal. She gets to be a kid who sees other kids just like her.
And she gets the chance to meet the young woman who made it all possible. Quicker than you could say Camp Sunshine,
Good one.
Annie and her new little sister were, playing like sisters.
It's very special to see that compassion from a child that's so young.
Ta-da. Thank you. Yeah.
To know that there's people out there at that age that care as much as Annie has for this project that she's worked on.
Good catch.
And back home in Marblehead, you can be sure her dad was beaming with pride.
She gets real pleasure out of helping others, and not for the fanfare. She really does, and it's neat, and I hope it, I hope it doesn't change. And I think the other thing is she realizes that she can.
And it's her can-do attitude that makes people she touches so grateful.
Thank you, and It seems so little to say that, but thank you, and we hope to repay in gratitude and kindness and prayers and thoughts. Thank you.
And we thank you for joining us for this special live edition of Annie Tonight. We leave you with one final tribute to our star of the day. Good night, everyone. Oh, come on. Want the spotlight? There you go.